Hi, good evening, guys. Tonight I want to talk uh, about my poetry, about White Jasmine, why I chose the title, the integrative aspect of it, and why is it in a ukulele, and why I chose a soprano, and also I would also like to talk about the bass. But before I'm going to go on, I'd like to say my acknowledgements. I'd like to honor and acknowledge the British royal family for the art of making poetry, the Australian government for funding my music lifestyle, the British government for the ownership of the English language, and I'd like to thank and acknowledge and honor YouTube, all team members of YouTube for their kind and caring support for me in writing White Jasmine. And I'd like to thank everybody for viewing my verses and taking some of their time to listen to my verses. The first topic that I want to talk about is why I chose the title. This is a diary, guys. I hope you can associate with me why I chose to write a poetry like this. It has a base. Why I chose the title. White jasmine, guys, is a plant that we have in Australia. It can be a vine, but it also can be a shrub. What I had when I was married 10 years ago, what I had was a vine of white jasmine. I think they start to be a vine before it becomes a shrub. So I had on the side window of our house, we had a white jasmine, and I used to look after it all through the year. I used to put a new potting mix every now and then water it every afternoon, water it every time I have a day off, water it every afternoon, and then prune it because it gets really, really beautiful. It used to flower all through the year, and why I love doing it is because it used to make my husband happy. It used to make him happy. I could feel the vibes that whenever I look after the plant, or whenever I do something with the plant to make it look prettier, or just do anything with it, or like prune it, just make it look pretty, or just make it look shapier, or have full. It used to make him really, really happy, and I like the vibes from him when I do it. And then it used to strengthen our marriage. That plant that we had beside our window, it really strengthened our marriage. That was like our because it's his favorite plant. It's his favorite plant, white jasmine. It used to flower really beautiful white flowers, guys, and it's got like this beautiful perfume, like a Chanel No. 5 perfume. It perfumes beautiful, and also the base. How I arrived with the base. So the base of my poetry is love, loyalty, bravery, and patriotism. I based this one on the poetry called Beowulf, English literature called Beowulf. So like even though my lyrics might not be as good as Beowulf, because my English is not, my vocabulary is not really that good, So even though my lyrics might not be as good as Beowulf, but I express it on my voice, and the way I present the chord like Beowulf, it's like Beowulf. And I feel if I can achieve all the notations, can sing all the notations that the metaphor of a tree I talked about in my past video, how I come up, how I arrived with the root words, root notations, branch word, branch notes, and leaf notes for leaf words, and that's I do my best, guys, to sing the way my technique has, or the way I arrived with notations. You know, I try to sing it that way. I don't actually edit my video, but I review it. I review it 2 or 3 times before I post it. So the next part of my poetry is the integrative aspect. So the integrative aspect, guys, is my relationship with my mom. So there's a lot to consider when writing poetry. There's the base, there's the title, there's the aspects, the main topic of it, you know, the main topic, and also the base. That's why I always say my acknowledgements, because I don't actually, I like, even though it comes from within me, but it's actually not original in a way that the style and everything is not totally mine either. You know what I mean? So that's the style. It's Beowulf style. It's got that Beowulf style. The notations has a Beowulf style. The bass has a Beowulf style. So that's why I always say my acknowledgements, because I like to be able to be, I always reference my acknowledgements to be more, understandable. And also, why in a ukulele? Because I dream to become a poet, guys. I dream to become a poet. I always wanted to become a poet as a child. My mom, I used to stay up until like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock to study with my mom, and we used to study more on poetry. Because when I was grade 1, we had a book of poetry, but it was in Filipino. And mom used to make me memorize poetry, and I used to present it in the class the next day. So I used to present a poetry, because our teacher, Mom Rebecca, used to say, "Oh, who would like to present a poetry from the book?" And I used to raise my hand because I memorized Mom always, and Mom always intonations, guys, is very, very important in poetry. Mom taught me how to intonate. Mom taught me how to pause, how to present it like in the classroom, in front of the class. When I was grade 1, that's how I got 5th honor, guys, in grade 1, because I participate so much, especially in poetry. Because Mom Rebecca used to love poetry too. Because we had a poetry book. It was in it's in Filipino, and I used to present poetry. I used to memorize one verse of poetry. So it was like a verse of poetry, verses of poetry all through the books, and it used to have drawings. So that's how my passion of poetry started. Is through my mom's passion of poetry. So the integrative aspect is my relationship with my mom in this poetry. And I choose ukulele, guys, because I like the arrangements of notations. I like that it is G, C, E, A respectively, from top all the way down. I like it. I like it because it suits the way I pluck notations. I pluck from underneath all the way up, underneath all the way up. I don't pluck in uniform, ununiform. I pluck from underneath. It suits me as a person. I like that notes, arrangements of notes, because I like the way it's arranged. It's because A is underneath and it's got a really nice sort of like fine high notes, and then G is at the top, which is also a really fine high notes with a bit of a bend, that kind of when you bend a note, G has got that sort of bend in it, and it sounds really nice besides C. And that's why I prefer a ukulele. My guitar, guys, it's very beautiful. I purchased, which in my past video I talked about how I purchased my instruments. So I am actually learning how to play guitar also. So and that's why I always have my guitar. I'm proud of my my things case, because I was brought up really, really poor in the Philippines, and whenever I have things, I look after it really well. So yeah, and then why a soprano? Why I choose soprano? Because when I purchased this, guys, I like the sound of this one. I went to the shop. There's a really nice shop here in Cairns. It's called Ukuleles and Guitars. It's on. If you happen to come to Australia and visit Cairns, because Cairns is a really nice place, guys. We have the Great Barrier Reef here. If you're really interested, there's a really nice instrument place here that you can visit. It's an Australian. Guitar, ukuleles. They have some amazing. They also have second-hand good ones, guys. Really, really nice, amazing guitars. Brand new ones. You can buy like really good Tangwoods there. Really good European brands of and American brands, of guitars. They also have like a really good range of ukuleles. They even have 6-strings ukuleles there in metal strings. So if you come to Cairns, check the store. It's called Ukuleles and Guitar City. So Guitar City, but it's a lot of ukuleles. And then you can even go to the store and have your guitar restring. Have your guitar restring, and they do it for you. Sometimes you have to wait, or sometimes you have to wait till the next day. But they do the good quality kind. So this is the quality of like restringing that they do. See how neat that is? Very, very neat. So yeah, it's an Australian store in Sheridan Street, if you happen to come to Cairns. So yeah, and then why I chose soprano, because I really love the sound of soprano, guys. I like to sing that way. And I also love the, if you call it head voice, guys, the way I sing, I love that kind of singing. Yeah, when you come to Cairns and check out that store, it's got a really good range of ukuleles. They have even 6-string ukuleles in metal strings. So yeah, I hope I've answered. And also I like to increase my vocal range. That's why I notate this way, because I only know a few notes. Like I know E2. So yeah, I only really know E2 and then C0. So when I begin, I only have 2 notes that I know, E2 and C0, when I begin. So yeah, it's when I had my ukulele, I was really excited because it helps me understand. It helps me understand me as a person, of what kind of vocal I want to present you. It's really, really nice, guys. This brand has always been my best flight. It has always been my best choice, I reckon it's always been my best choice. But like, I'm also heading for I hope if I can, go for a smaller one. They call it Sopranissimo. It would be really nice, guys, because with Sopranissimo I can see the way I set my strings now is really, really tight. So with Sopranissimo I can set it looser. The strings looser, but like with the higher notes. I mean with the same notation, so it's soprano. Because I can only reach up to this point, but it's really tight now. I can't. I like it to sort of like vibrate for at least 10 seconds. So if you listen to it, guys, if I go A2, it vibrates all the way to 10. But if I go A6, it doesn't. It doesn't vibrate. And I prefer it to vibrate because it teaches me to vibrato. It forces me to vibrato when I listen to it. So yeah, that's why I choose this soprano, because I like to sing that way. So yeah, I hope I've enlightened, or I've answered some questions. Thank you very much. Bye for now.